So we were doing practice of forfeiture of shares. In the morning, the most important concept which we have discussed is that you have to debit the share capital account with the called up value. And please remember this rule that you have to write here only called up value. Which value you will be writing? Please respond in chat box. Which value you will be writing in equity share capital account? If you will remember this rule, your mistakes will be least. But if somehow you forget this rule, then you will start doing mistakes. And second rule, which I am going to tell you now, that you have to fill up these amounts always logically and individually. No plus minus to be done. Okay. So the second rule is that you have to fill these amounts individually. Now you cannot do like 1000 minus 600, or you cannot do 600 plus 400, or 1000 minus 400. If you are doing such calculations in this journal entry, 90% you will be wrong. 90%. Got it? Now coming to the next question. H was holding 100 shares of rupees 10 each of a company on which he has paid rupees 3 on application and rupees 2 on allotment. This amount he has paid. He has paid the application money and he has paid the allotment money. But could not pay rupees 2 on first call. So he cannot pay rupees 2 on first call. If the shares of H are forfeited by the directors, what will be the journal entry for forfeiture of shares? So first tell me the journal entry for forfeiture of shares. Draft your own journal entry and send me. Yes, very good, very good. So it will be equity share capital account debit to He has not paid us equity share first call. It is not the final call. Equity share first call. Now, to equity, sorry, to share forfeiture amount. To share forfeiture amount. Yes, please. The journal entry is clear. Now coming to the amounts part. Now you tell me face value of the share. Listen the question carefully and answer it properly. Yes, very good. Face value is rupees 10. Now tell me the issue price of the share. Yes, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Yes, now good. Very good. See, question has not told us that the share has been issued at premium. So it will not be issued at premium. And we are getting total only 7. And you should remember that we cannot issue shares at discount. We cannot issue shares at discount. So what it is signifying, what it means, if we are getting total only 7 here, then what is the missing information? Yes, it means that 3 on application, 2 on allotment, 2 on first call, and rest of the 3 will be demanded further on different calls. Maybe final call or maybe second call, third call, whatever the company decides. But question is silent for that rupees 3. So means they have not called up that 3 rupees. They have called up only till first call. Now what will be the called up value? Yes, very good, very good. Yes, very good, very good, very good. So 7 rupees is called up value because company has made you only application allotment and first call. If it is saying but could not pay rupees 2 on first call, it means that you have demanded the first call. So that's why it is issue of shares at par first thing. And out of 10, if I will subtract this 3, rupees 3 information is missing. And out of 10, we have called up only rupees 7. So these are the 3 important points to be noted. If still any confusion is there, you can tell me. Because 100 shares I am forfeiting, that's why the called up capital will be 700. Called up capital will be 700. Yes. Any confusion in called up? Okay. Now coming to the next part. To equity share first call. So how much amount I have not received for first call? First call is of rupees 2 per share. Yes, very good. And 100 shares have not paid me first call money. 100 shares have not paid me first call money. So I have not received 200 rupees. Clear? Now they have paid me application. Now see, I am not subtracting 200 from 700. That we will never do. I will be doing calculation from here. They have paid me rupees 3 rupees on application and rupees 2 on allotment. They have paid us rupees 3 on application and rupees 2 on allotment. So total 5 rupees have been received. So share forfeiture will be 500. Now you can match up your totals. So that is I am saying that please don't subtract or add in this entry. Otherwise 90% chances are there that you will be doing it wrong. Yes, please. Let me know if any queries there. Okay. So it's clear. Fine. Narration can be being 100 shares forfeited for non-payment of first call of rupees 2 per share. Now coming to the topic, reissue of forfeited shares. Reissue of forfeited shares. So now whether you are issuing or reissuing, the journal entry will remain same. Three ways are there for reissuing shares. For issue of shares, there are only two ways. Either you can issue at par or you can issue at premium. But if you are reissuing the shares, now you have three options. You can issue them at par also, at premium or at discount. So now, if I am issuing rupees 10 share at the value of rupees 10, it means I am issuing shares at par. If I want to enter this transaction in one journal entry, one share issued of rupees 10 each at par. Single journal entry I am asking, single journal entry. Tell me. Yes, very good. Simple. Bank account debit. You will be receiving money. To equity share capital account. 10 and 10. Yes, please. One share issued at par. This one is clear? Now, if I am issuing share at premium, one share I am issuing at premium of ₹2 per share. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. So premium is your profit to securities premium reserve account. I am just informing that if you are not doing practice of this chapter, then now onwards it will start confusing you. So those who have not done, cover up the previous topics, only then you will be able to understand the further topics. So you will receive 12 rupees this time. 10 will go to capital and 2 will go to premium. One share reissued at ₹2 premium. I hope this one is also clear. Now I am issuing shares at discount. So one share I am issuing at a discount of ₹1. One share I am issuing at a discount of ₹1. So it will be bank account debit because you are issuing shares at discount, so you will receive now ₹9 only. Discount on issue of shares account debit. I will make some change here for your understanding purpose. Right now I am writing it discount to equity share capital account. It will be 10. Capital will always remain 10. You can check at par, you can check at premium, you can check at discount. Now one very important point. We are issuing shares at discount, but this discount Why this discount has been allowed by the Companies Act? Because when you have forfeited the share, you have certain benefit there. You have obtained certain benefit. You are having some extra money on that share, which you are reissuing. Share forfeiture. So whatever loss you are having to reissue this share, you will adjust this loss from share forfeiture account. So instead of writing here discount on issue of shares account, from where you will cover up this discount, share forfeiture account. Whatever loss you are having on the reissue of share, that loss will be recovered from the share forfeiture account. That's why Company Act has allowed you to allow the discount here. Yes, please. This is a very important point. Now the journal entry for all the three is clear. One share reissued at ₹9 per share as fully paid up. First thing is, okay, I will repeat it again. First thing was that I have issued the share at discount of ₹1. So my share value is ₹10 and I am giving a discount of ₹1. How much amount I will be receiving? Tell me the amount which I will be receiving. Those who are not clear, they can participate. If I am giving a discount of ₹1, how much amount I will be receiving? Yes, obviously 9. So see, bank amount is 9. Bank amount is clear. Now, second thing is that I am having a loss of ₹1. I am giving a discount of ₹1. So that loss I am saying you have to cover up that loss from the share forfeiture account. Share forfeiture is your extra profit because earlier you have forfeited that share. That's why you are reissuing it. After forfeiture, you are reissuing that share. So you have some amount received on that share earlier also. So that account was credited there. So that loss which I am having now, I will be covering from share forfeiture account again. Yes, now it's clear. So that loss has been covered, ₹1 loss has been covered from the share forfeiture account. And my capital will remain always 10, equal to the face value. In case I am reissuing the shares, I have a choice. I can sell them at par, I can sell them at premium, I can sell them at discount. So in case of at par, the shareholder will pay you ₹10. In case of at premium, the shareholder will be bound to pay you ₹12. And in case of issue of share at discount, the shareholder will pay how much amount? You tell me. If you are issuing shares at discount, then shareholder will pay how much amount to you? Yes, obviously, simple. ₹9 that he has to pay. Okay. So this point is also clear. So far we have covered up 2 entries. One entry we have covered up for forfeiture of shares, and one entry we have covered for reissue of shares, either at par, at premium, or at discount. And this is a very simple entry. If you can observe it, it is a very simple journal entry for reissue of shares. Even if you are not knowing the question and question is having some entry for reissue, you can simply do it also. Now one more thing is there. Out of this share forfeiture, if some amount is left, that will be termed as capital profit. So that capital profit will be transferred to capital reserve. How to calculate that capital reserve is the further part of this topic that we will be doing tomorrow. How to calculate the capital reserve that we will be doing tomorrow.